Alright guys, so we're going to talk about how I sharpen my knives and my broadheads. It's the same for everything. I got to kind of hunker down so we keep all this in frame. Today we're going to be sharpening a brand new Minuteman. This knife is from Travis Styles over at Broken Compass Knives. Like I said, it's not even been used yet. You can see, like if you look at the one I carry every day, you can see that the grommets have turned to pure brass now. They're not, but this is that same Minuteman. This is just a brand new one, straight as it comes from him. Never messed with. Now it is sharp already too. He got it sharp, but we are going to take this and for the sake of it, we are going to take it and we're going to dull it. Ooh, ceramic rod. Oh man. Oh geez, what are we doing? Oh no, God, that's horrible. You're right, it is. Okay, but we're dulling this out. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Okay, now that knife is dull. I mean, that knife is not doing anything. We just killed it. Okay, ceramic rod. So now we have a dull knife that we need to get sharp. How do I do it? It's the same process with all my heads as it is with my knives. There's nothing different. This machine right here from Harbor Freight. This is a Harbor Freight 1x30 belt sander. Now it's actually silver, I see, not green anymore. This one is about 12 years old. It comes with a side plate and it comes with a little fancy shelf on it. We take all that off so that you can quickly and easily change the belts, okay? So you can see I have a ton of belts here. This one is a 180 grit. We could use that if we want to. I don't care what belt you got. I got 180s, I got 400s, I got 800s. We got a little 80, but either way, let's go with the 180 grit, which is pretty hardcore. This is a serious grit belt. And I'm okay with that because I don't like a mere polished edge. I'm not a fan of them. I think they dull out way too quick. I'd rather it be a rough edge and then finished, which is what we're going to do. So I don't mind. It's a brand new 180 belt on there. Can we do it with that? Yeah, we can, for sure. The only thing you want to make sure is you put the belt where the arrow says that the direction of it goes. See, it's got an arrow on the belt saying go around this way. There's also an arrow right on the back of this. So line the arrows up so that it goes the correct direction so that you don't split the belt at the seam. But you just stick the belt on there. It's all there is. Little tensioner. This thing is like $50. Okay, 50 bucks. It does everything you need. Flat spot right here for the doing regular flat grind edges, and then you can do convex or concave right here, concave on here if you want to. It won't do convex. That's for a wheel, but it'll do concave right on here if you want that that edge like that on there. So you have everything you need to do right here. And actually, Travis uses the same one to sharpen his knives, but he actually mounts his sideways. He bolted it right to there so it's going away from him, and he can sharpen right on there like that too. You can do whatever you want, but this tool is amazing. So we use that tool there. After that, we go to a ceramic rod, okay, which I will show you. So we're using a ceramic rod. I love ceramic rods. When we're done with that, we are going to cardboard for stropping. This is a Coke container, or Coke case. You also can use leather strops on this and change these belts out. I have this one. I got another one right here, super strop, that I've never opened. I'll put links to this stuff below for you. I'm not a fan of, I'm just not a fan of, it works, but it works only as good as it can for that finishing stuff. I'd rather finish by hand. But my system is simple, and then we finish with denim. This is a very easy process. So we got a completely dead, dull knife here that is completely worthless, will not cut anything because it's completely dulled out. How are we going to put this back together? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put it on here. Now I know my angles. I know what I'm looking for. I'm going to just line that angle up by looking straight down on this, and I can tell where to turn my wrist at for that angle. Okay? And we're going to do this just quick and easy. It's just a simple thing. And the higher the grit belt, I mean, you can see we got them all the way up to, like, look at this. What is this here? See, that's 400 grit. I mean, we got, like I said, there's tons of them. They're very cheap. These belts are not expensive to buy, as you can see, and there's tons. I got tons of them, but they are not expensive to purchase and to have available. So there's nothing wrong with that. But we're going to use this one here too, just for this, for the sake of it, because again, I want this to set my initial angles. Okay, I want to form a burr on one side and set my angle. When I feel that burr there, I want to rock it on this side so that burr rolls over. We know we have a point in there, an apex, where both blades, both sides of the blade meet together. That is all I'm trying to do with this. The rest we will handle by hand. So how do we do that? We put on our safety glasses, always, okay, which are actually pretty dirty. We're going to clean them off a little bit. We've been using them in the house, working on countertops and building a cabinet. But so we're going to take this. We're going to fire it up. I'm going to give it a quick lick, but we saw that this thing is completely dulled out. We turn this on. I already got a burr on that side. That side's done. Do this side. Almost. One more on that one. Good there, but I got a little bit more right here to get. Now we got a burr on that side, so we got it. That's it. That's all we had to do on this thing, but that just reprofiled that edge perfectly on both sides exactly like I want it. It is done. Solved. Perfect. You can see it shining and glistening in there. We have that perfect edge now created on this knife, and we have a burr. Okay, we formed a burr on both sides. Right now, that burr is on this side of the knife because we just did, the final one was on this side. So we sharpen this way and push that burr to here. And there's a burr right on there. I can feel it with my fingernail. Listen. Okay, you can feel it clicking that burr on there. Okay, so, but we're done with this. That's it. But what this thing just did is the vast majority of the work. What this thing just did is what takes 90% of the sharpening time. Now, let's switch this around. Let me get the camera reset where we're on a table, and we can show you some more of this. So hold on. So this is all we need to make that knife or broadhead. Same process with a broadhead. There's just two, you got one edge on one side and then the other edge on the other side. But it's the same concept, and it doesn't matter how hard the steel is because that belt sander does all of the work. So even on like my M390s and my S35 VNs and all that crap that I got on some of those other knives, I can't sharpen them in the field very easy like I can at 1095, where like this is my field kit. This stays in my backpack all the time. Okay, I made this. This is one of these Lansky ceramic rods that comes in the wooden block. Okay, just a little wooden block set. I love these. I showed you I have tons of these. Well, I made a little piece of leather that I wrap around it and sewn. You can see my stitching sucks. I'm not good at this. But I just wrapped it around, and now this kit stays in my actual backpack with me. Why? Because it does everything I need. If I have a broadhead or my knife, if, for example, my knife that I'm carrying dulls out on me, okay, this is another one of those Minutemen. Okay, same thing. I bought another one because I love it so much. So we take this Minuteman, and if I need to, I can use my ceramic rod. This one's razor sharp. I'm not redoing this. Okay, but I can sharpen this. Then I can take that and I can put it into here and I can grip this, where that's why I put that long seam. I can grip this and I can strop right on here and bring this back to sharp like I want to, just like this. And I can do it with broadheads. I can do it with a knife, anything I want to. And that little kit stays in my backpack all the time. It's always with me, okay? So we have that set up. So, but how do we get it, at home? I'm doing the same, technically the same thing, but we are stropping a little differently, which we will show you. I no longer use leather. Okay, you can see this is one of many of these blocks that I have with leather. This is a big strip of leather I got from Tandy. This is an anti-slide on the thing. It's a wood 2x2 wood block. I have that glued on there. Okay, use these for many years. I don't use leather anymore at all, except for my little one that I make in the field like this, because cardboard would get ruined if it was wet. So, So what we're going to do with this system is, first off, we have a burr on there. We're going to just take this. This is the same thing as what this is. Okay, it's just a longer version of that same exact material. I'll link it below. This is made by Lansky. It's an 8-inch ceramic rod. Hold the rod tight. Okay, this you want tight so it's not moving in your hand. Okay, and a knife you want to be, you don't want a lot of pressure on it, light strokes. But this, hold it tight so when you push it, it's not moving. Okay, you don't want it moving, so you want to hold that tight. We hold this thing tight. I keep the same exact angle I kept on there. How do I know that? Well, I can eyeball it, but I also know it by feel. I can tell where I'm at. So I feel that angle, and you can feel it in the blade too. And I'm going to run this knife down without a lot of pressure on there. But again, hold this rod tight so that it does not flex or move in your hand. So you put some pressure on that rod, hold it tight. Okay, and we're going to build this side. Now, we're working this side because this is where that burr is already. Okay, so we're coming down this thing like this, and we're going to give it 10 or 15 strokes till we know that that burr is now going to be back on this side again. This is it, okay? Now, Oh, we feel that burr. It's on this side now. Not on this side where I was showing you we were clicking it. Nope, now it's, I can hear it on this side. It's here. So we go to the other side of the knife. Hold it at the same angle. Okay? You can hear it because it's grinding off that burr. It'll change sounds when it's gone. See, now I feel it smoothing out. Okay, so now that burr should be starting to roll back to the other side. Okay, gone there. Oh, it's back over there. Okay, that's the beauty of this. I can feel it. Now we can feel it again. Listen. You can even see it grabbing my fingernail stuff on there, right on the edge of that blade. See those two spots right there? That's because there's a burr on there. So we now formed a burr one way and we formed a burr the other way. The exact same thing we did on that belt sander that's right there. Formed a burr, spun a knife around, formed a burr the other way. What did we do on here? We got rid of the burr and sent it to the other side, and then we just sent it back. Okay, so now that burr has been formed on both sides, we know that there is an apex in there that is perfect. So now all we're going to do is just give it a couple of strokes to get rid of that completely. We don't want any wire edges. That's why I'm going into the blade and not going backwards. This creates wire edges on the end. Okay, the ceramic rod, you always want to be going into it so that you are removing that wire edge. We're giving a couple licks here, okay? I mean, realistically, if I wasn't talking about this and showing steps, this is about a 1.5-minute process to take this knife from nothing, completely dulled out, back to beautiful. So that's it right there. Now, what do we got? Wicked sharp there, wicked sharp there. Okay, actually I'm feeling a little more on this side. We're going to give it one more stroke here and see. Yeah, we're about evened out perfect there. Okay, so we're good. Actually, because I am picky. That side. I want one more here. Light. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're done with the ceramic rod. The rod's done. Move this out of the way. Now, you could use leather. Leather clogs up with metal debris in it all the time. It's supposed to be redressed. Leather is a pain in the butt. I'm not a fan of leather. Does this work? Yes, it does. Does this work better than this does? No, it does not. Okay. Now, maybe if you were doing final stropping and this is all you were going to do and you were going to sit here and you want to go through it and do all that crap, and that's fine. But for me, no thank you. I'm done with the leather. I want log strokes, which I get here. Okay, so I take this piece of cardboard and I set it here right on the edge of something. Here we just got a cutting board. I'm going to get that angle again, light pressure, and we are going to work that thing right down there. But look at how nice, controlled, and long I can go with that versus this where I can only go this far. That's all I can do. Okay, I'm getting half the distance. Okay, here I can run quick and long, so I can literally do it like this. Okay, getting all the knife, rolling at the tip and getting the tip too. Okay, this is all there is to it. But nice long options of strokes on there. I leave these end pieces on so I can hold them even though I'm not really using them. I'm staying right here on the flat spot of this. But I can feel that knife, I can feel that strop working. You can use compound if you want to. I usually do not, but there is compound you can put on this. Green Jeweler's Rouge, things like that if you wanted to cut a little more. I don't think I need it. Never been a fan of it, and then it just makes a mess of everything. So I don't. And now keep in mind, I want a sharp knife. But I also understand it. I use them every single day. So razor sharp is possible, yes. But on the same note, I'm not going to spend 4 hours trying to sharpen a blade that I can see my reflection in and read a newspaper when the next day I'm going to be cutting stuff with it that's going to take that away. So for me, I like a coarse grit belt like we saw in there to get a good edge on there. And then we are going to hit it with the ceramic rod. And then we're hitting it, like you said, here, you see, this is it. Okay, holding that same angle, light pressure, and we are stropping it right now. Okay, but see how nice and long these strokes can be? Because it's cardboard and not leather like this. And it's just so simple. I mean, these things are obviously, you know, if you're drinking pop or whatever it is you're buying, you know, the cardboard case or cereal boxes work fantastic too. This is the same exact thing as a cereal box. Put it on something flat, whether it's a table like I use in the house, or here is an upside down cutting board. Okay, but I can feel the catching in this blade as I'm drawing it. When I stop feeling that and it's running smooth, we know that we strop that side pretty perfect. Okay, so we can feel that happening in there. then we want to check it the same way. Okay, that side still biting a little more than this side is, so we want to keep working this side a little bit more. Okay, and we just keep doing this a few times, you know, 10, 15, 20 times, whatever you want. Okay, we're going to strop this, and that's it. Now we're going to come back, and we're going to do this side. Now normally I'd stand here where I can do it quicker and easier, but I don't want to block the camera. But notice I'm using, when I do this, I want more of my body. Like here, I'm not pulling the knife, I'm moving my body. Okay, so that way I keep the angle. It's not this where I have a chance of risking turning it. Let your body do the work. That way your hand stays nice and straight. My body, just move my body back. I let my knuckle drag on there. When I go this way, I set my finger on the back, so my finger sets that angle, and I can run it. Okay, this is how I would do it in the house, and I let my body do the work. Okay, that way everything stays nice and my angle stays straight. But I don't know if that's blocking the camera. But this is how we would do that in the house. Okay, so now we got it stropped. Okay, so stropping is done. Cardboard is done. That's good. This thing is already razor sharp. Now, we also want to take this. Now, I usually will do it on my knee, but if we don't, get yourself a block of something or anything that you can if you want to. Like I use this leather block for it sometimes, but put it into something where you got denim inside of here, and then just snug this up tight. Wrap it on one end, hold it, wrap it on the other end, hold it if you want to. But see how I got a nice flat denim surface and my hand is out of the way? Okay, now I'm going to run this just like we did that strop. Okay, and I'm stropping this on here. This denim is really making a big difference. There's something about denim. I cannot put my finger on it. I've been doing this since I was in engineering. I learned this in 1996, sitting in an engineering, or I was in my office in engineering there, well, a cubicle there, and I was sharpening a knife, and a guy walked over to me and said, hey, just run it on your blue jeans, on your thigh, right here, and I couldn't believe what, he was showing me, and I was like, wow, and I did it. And so I did 25 strokes, and I checked that blade, and I was just shocked. Ever since then, so since 1996, this is a step I do on every broadhead, every knife I sharpen, everything. It is denim. Whether you put it in a block like this, which my broadheads seem to like this better than they do on my knee where it's bent and you get more give and flex in this. My knives don't mind my leg. Broadheads like a flatter surface for single bevels. So this is how I do my single bevels. This is how I strop that. It's like this. Come back this way. Okay, and we just strop on here light. Let that work. But this is really fine-tuning that edge. Okay, so we get it going like this. A few strokes on each side. We have a wicked, scary, razor sharp, unbelievable. What you saw was completely dull. Will just peel. I mean, there's just no stopping that. I mean, you can see just no. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just wicked, scary, sharp. I don't have a piece of paper out here to show you, but I mean, this thing would. I should have brought one, but you've seen me do it before, but this thing will just right through everything. That knife is wicked, insane, scary, sharp, and that entire process, realistically, wherever I put the rest of my stuff at here, I don't even know where I put the case of this, but that whole process would have took me about 1.5 minutes to do, from completely dulled out back to spot on perfect. Why? Because the majority of the work that I have to do, I'm going to set that here, throw this under there, but this is it. I mean, that's our whole world. Denim, cardboard, a ceramic rod, and that belt sander. But that belt sander that we see here, we'll slide this over, spin you a touch so you can again, but this belt sander that is right there, this combination is everything. This thing, I cannot put enough praise on this. There are $1,000, $1,500 knife sharpening systems out there that are phenomenal. There is $100 workshop systems that are out there phenomenal. The other belt sanders like the workshop belt sander with the angle guides, there's a lot of options. This thing right here will sharpen everything I need. I can get my kitchen knives razor sharp on this, and I can do all 20 kitchen knives in about 5 minutes. I can sharpen my lawnmower blades. I can sharpen my axes. I can sharpen my machetes. I can reprofile. Even this one here that we use for, hang on, let me grab a rag. But you know, this is one I use in in the garden and stuff like that too. But I mean, I can take this kukri or whatever they call it, this cold steel one, but I can make this thing razor sharp in a matter of seconds on here. Let me do it for you. You know, we're not going to go through the whole stropping process and all that, but let me just show you while we're at it, because that's a good example right there. Let me bring you in here where you can see what I'm doing, and I will show you how nice this thing is for putting a blade on something. So we're going to take this, turn it on. Need a little bit more firmware. Hang on. My glasses are steaming up on me real bad. Humidity. There we go. And there it is. Okay, we got a full burr formed on that side. Now I can take this, keeping the same angle on this. Now I see the burr on this side. Now, if I were to strop this, sorry, glasses are fogged up, but if I were to strop that, that is sharp already. Okay, but if I were to strop that, that would shave hair right off. I don't even know if it will right now or not. Not quite yet. And cheap steel. Yeah, they're getting a little bit. But I mean, this thing here, you can see that edge on there already. Look at that. Look at that lighting up on there. Okay, we did that in a matter of about a minute and a half, and we now technically have a very working sharp blade that's sharper than 90% of the knives in people's pockets that you see on this huge Kurki, or whatever they call them, Kuriki, I don't remember, but this is one of the best garden tools and four-wheeler tools and to have for when you're out in the woods for chop and brush, you know, machete type things. I love this tool. I think we have 6 or 8 of these, because they're only like 30 bucks or something, but this thing's incredible and it's built like a tank. But now, instead of being dulled out, that is very, very sharp, very functional, and very capable, and it's because of this machine. Okay, that did the trick. It's that simple. Now, with something like this, we could put that leather belt on and probably, you know, put one of these on and strop that and get it to be about shaving sharp if we wanted to. Now, I don't want something like this that sharp. Okay, it's like I said, it's a tool. We want this more axe kind of sharp. So we'll probably, I'm not going to get crazy, but we don't want that to be where I can't carry that or use it. It's a machete type setup. But like I said, belt sander sharpens everything absolutely flawlessly, and it speeds up that process. To do this by hand would have took hours. To reprofile that edge and put that perfect bevel on there that we now have would have took hours. in hours to do that. We did it in under a minute. So, like I said, a very, very powerful, very simple and effective tool that works like a champ. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.